According to reports, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has given the go-ahead for Manchester United to make a brutal final offer to sign PSG star Xavi Simons. Man Utd are not messing around this summer as they have spent heavily to sign Joshua Zirkzee and Leny Yoro from Bologna and Lille respectively. New co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been busy since joining the club at the start of this year as he has successfully overhauled their recruitment team with the appointments of Chief Executive Omar Berrada, Technical Director Jason Wilcox and Sporting Director Dan Ashworth. Last season was miserable for the Red Devils and Ratcliffe has rightfully recognized that a mass rebuild is required this summer. While PSG midfielder Manuel Ugarte is likely to be Man Utd's third summer signing, the Premier League giants are also reportedly planning to make a £17 offer for another centre midfielder. Man Utd to sign Simons. With Jadon Sancho reportedly close to a move elsewhere, Man Utd need to strengthen in attacking areas and reportedly have their eye on Simons. The 21-year-old was one of the stars at Euro 2024 as he grabbed a goal and 3 assists as the Netherlands reached the semi-finals. PSG activated their buy-back option to re-sign Simons from Eredivisie outfit PSV Eindhoven last summer but was quickly sent out on loan to RB Leipzig. He contributed with 19 goal involvements in his 32 Bundesliga appearances last season. Despite this, PSG are expected to offload Simons this summer. Bayern Munich were initially considered his most likely next destination, but it was revealed over the weekend that Man Utd are attempting a hijack. According to a report in Spain, Man Utd are ready to make a brutal final offer to beat Bayern Munich in the race to sign Simons. It is said that Man Utd want to repeat the Euro operation, as head coach Erik ten Hag wants him, while assistant Ruud van Nistelrooy is working to entice his compatriot to make the move to Old Trafford. The report also claims Ratcliffe has given the go-ahead to squeeze the club's checkbook a little more, with PSG waiting patiently for Man Utd to make an offer. Regarding Man Utd target Ugarte, the report adds, the negotiations for Ugarte to leave PSG for United are said to be at a more than advanced stage. €70 million would be the reason that the Uruguayan midfielder, who has not been a protagonist under Luis Enrique, tries his luck with Ten Hag. Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain could be locked in talks for players from either side throughout the transfer window, according to reports. With the Red Devils' interest in Manuel Ugarte and Xavi Simons being well documented, they could also see Luis Enrique's men move for 2 of their own players, with journalist Loic Tanzi stating that Jadon Sancho and Bruno Fernandes are firmly in the minds of PSG chiefs, with both clubs having things to talk about this summer. United saw a minority takeover form in February after Ineos completed their 25% transaction of the club, and one of the first things on the agenda was always likely to be a rebuild of the playing squad. That has begun already with the signings of Leny Yoro and Joshua Zirkzee from Lille and Bologna respectively, and whilst Ugarte and Simons have been linked, there may need to be some outgoings to fund their transfers, with Fernandes and Sancho being 2 players who could depart. PSG interested in Fernandes and Sancho. United could see 2 of their highest-earning stars depart. Bruno Fernandes in the FA Cup final. The report states that United and PSG have a lot to talk about in the summer regarding their own players and stars could be on the move. In terms of United incomings from PSG, there is the possibility of bringing in Ugarte, who is the most obvious of the quartet with the Red Devils having been linked with his services throughout the summer months. He would make a long-term replacement for Casemiro and there have been talks between the two, but the club could also make a move for Simons after a strong Euro 2024 outing and once again, there have been links touting the Dutch youngster with a move to Old Trafford. However, there could be conversations surrounding some of United's players moving to the Parc des Princes. Sancho is one name who has been linked, with the English winger's future still remaining in the balance despite positive crunch talks with Erik ten Hag earlier in the summer that has seen him come back into the squad ahead of preseason. And it isn't just Sancho who could make the move to the French capital, with the report stating that club captain Fernandes about a potential move. Despite being arguably the Red Devils' most important player, The £240,000 per week star could be massively tempted by a move to League One, and if a bid does land, it could test both United and Fernandes' resolve. United would loathe to lose Fernandes. The Portuguese star is their most important player. Whilst the signing of Simons in an attacking midfield role would be a smart pickup, there is no doubting Fernandes' influence at Old Trafford and as club captain. Losing him would set the club back regardless of who they bring in. A tally of 79 goals and 66 assists in just 233 games for the Red Devils is a record that speaks for itself, especially in an era that has seen periods of the worst success since Sir Alex Ferguson took over all the way back in 1986. Fernandes staying at Old Trafford beyond deadline day would almost be like a signing in itself, and even if PSG do offer a lucrative deal that could tempt the Red Devils, it would need to be extremely beneficial for them to proceed. Everton defender Jarrad Branthwaite is attracting interest from Manchester United this summer, but the Toffees are set to offer him a new contract to convince him to stay at the club, according to Italian reporter Fabrizio Romano. After an impressive breakthrough season with Everton, Branthwaite has been closely monitored by a host of top clubs. Manchester United are the side to have shown the most interest, seeing multiple bids rejected for the England international. The Toffees have stood firm on their valuation so far, and they are now hoping to offer Branthwaite improved terms. Losing Branthwaite would be a heavy blow for Everton this summer. The young defender formed a strong partnership with James Tarkowski at the back, so it's going to take a hefty offer to prize him away from Goodison Park. Everton to offer Branthwaite a new deal. Man Utd aren't willing to meet their valuation. According to Italian journalist Romano, Everton are set to offer improved terms to Branthwaite after rejecting two proposals for the defender. The Toffees are determined to keep hold of the English centre-back unless a huge bid arrives, with United unwilling to meet their £75/£80 valuation as it stands. Everton are preparing new contract proposal for Jarrad Branthwaite after rejecting two proposals from Manchester United. Club determined to keep Branthwaite unless huge bid arrives, but Man United have no intention to pay £75/£80. New deal proposal to be sent this summer. Reports have suggested that Manchester United have already agreed personal terms for Branthwaite, with a £160,000 a week contract on the table. The issue has been agreeing a fee with Everton, and their stance has been strengthened in recent weeks with multiple player sales. Everton's financial problems have been well documented, but with Belgian midfielder Amadou Onana close to completing a move to Aston Villa for a fee of £50 million, they are under less pressure to sell players during the summer transfer window. The Toffees might struggle to keep Branthwaite at Goodison Park for his whole career, but any interested party will have to meet their valuation. Branthwaite's current contract situation: he's tied down until 2027. As it stands, Branthwaite's current Everton contract won't expire until 2027, putting them in a strong negotiating position to reject any proposals that don't match their valuation. As long as their financial situation is in a reasonable position, they won't be forced into offloading any of their star players. It's understood that Branthwaite is currently earning around £35,000 a week at Goodison Park, so a new deal could see him receive a bumper pay rise considering the offer on the table from Manchester United. Manchester United are reportedly keen on Manuel Ugarte, but Paris Saint-Germain may have their sights set on a player currently contracted with the Red Devils. Jadon Sancho spent the latter half of the 2023-24 season on loan at Borussia Dortmund, contributing significantly to the German club's journey to the UEFA Champions League final. PSG experienced Sancho's talents firsthand during their semi-final clash against Dortmund. On Monday, Footmercato's Santi Auna reported that PSG extended a contract offer to Sancho, and negotiations are progressing positively. Moreover, the 24-year-old winger is enthusiastic about the project PSG has presented. The next crucial step is determining whether Manchester United will agree to his departure and at what price. Caught Offside reports that PSG have engaged in discussions with Sancho's representatives and are preparing to negotiate with Manchester United. However, the deal could cost PSG between €50 million to €60 million. The report also indicates that Manchester United might be open to retaining Sancho, referencing Erik ten Hag's recent public praise of the England international. Furthermore, it is suggested that PSG manager Luis Enrique is actively advocating for Sancho as a potential replacement for Kylian Mbappé on the left flank of his attack.